Hello, Countress Val here. So, I haven't made one of these in a while, and I figured what better time to do it today. I've been going through some changes, trying to adjust and adapt to my life now. My life now is I went from being a full-time mom and a provider for my children, to pretty much being the weekender mom, or only during visits. Not to mention, if you've kept up with my videos, he's not even my ex yet, we're still legally married. Took off with my youngest daughter to New Mexico. So, here I am, trying to adjust to all these new things. I have a full-time job now. I recently had to move as well, so that put a strain and stress on me. And I have a few physical ailments that happen. If you keep up, you saw I had sinus really bad, and things like that. But I'm slowly getting back to this. Something I wanted to talk about today was parental alienation. I don't agree with it at all. And even if the person is locked up, to me, in the event of something like that, as long as it's something mild, hell, even some felony list. So, even then, a child should know their parent, both of them, not just one, but both. And I'm all for, divorces. If you're not to be together and you had a kid together, the kid is not a mistake. Your relationship was, and it's okay. People are not perfect. And for me, this has been very painstaking. Evolving and adapting into, my kids are my life. They're part of my suicide survivor story. They're what kept me alive and continue to keep me alive. So going from full-time parent, and then even with my youngest daughter, just video only when life has been a bit of a struggle for me. But it doesn't mean it's right. It does not mean that, because someone wants to just keep you away in any shape or form, does not mean it's right. That is still your child. Layla is my child. Robbie is my child. Meredith. I have 3 other children whom, I can't see. Correction, I could, but to the choice of who has them, I can't. And now I have a 4th child who's about to go on that list, or so it seems. People think that they've won the war when they've only won a battle. That's how I feel about this right now. Divorce is one thing, but if anyone thinks that I'm not just gonna accept this, I can accept some things. Taking off to New Mexico and not telling me beforehand was wrong. Not letting me get a goodbye visit, that's what's wrong. And if, in particular, because I know he loves to watch these videos, which is one reason I'm posting them, by the way. Or I think about what I'm going to say before I post them. I'm not laying down formed support groups against parental alienation. He tries to tell everybody I'm this crazy broad that alienated him from the child. No, I didn't. I lived in the same spot for about 3 or 4 years. Intentionally fought like hell to keep that place. So if he ever wanted to see his daughter, he could come and see his daughter. And, he chose not to until he got involved, had a daughter, and it shouldn't have took that. It should not have. But that's the past. and you can't do anything about the past. All you can take care of is the present and the future. So for me, coping with this has been a struggle. I hope to follow my page. I will be getting more creative, because that is as one healthy way to cope with this is creativeness. Making peace on a daily basis and forgiving someone who is wrong is the hardest thing to do. But just because you forgive them, it does not mean what they did is right to you. Forgiveness is tricky. Forgiveness is doing what you have to do on your part. And I face some silly, which is my own mistake right now, currently in legal binding charges. Trusting people. It was my mistake for believing that them saying everything would be fine, just go ahead and do it, and so, again, that trust. When I tell people I have trust issues, they think, oh, you don't trust people. No. I trust too much. But all that's almost done, and wants it up to leave the state. And if anyone thinks I'm not, they got it wrong. So, all I can pray for is retribution, and justice. And the justice system, as broken as it is, still needs to see all the facts. And to me, the fact of you decided to get involved with someone else's daughter, and then of course you left them and you ended up with your dad, does not make it right to think that you're so narcissistic and that you did nothing wrong. Telling a narcissist they're wrong, they'll never believe you. It's tricky. But, not caring for others and owning up and taking responsibility for your own mistakes are two big factors of making yourself a narcissist. And it's hard. It's hard that I made a mistake and someone completely changed when we lost the kids, and they made I don't even know what that radius is called, but a complete turnaround and turned into somebody. And I stayed the same. I stayed myself, rooted and grounded in who I am. And, I do thank my ex for leaving me when he did, because although the first couple of days, it's funny, 3 things happened to me in 3. First couple of days were but after that, I came out a stronger person. I evolved into something that is so precious to my finding me through the mess. And that, my friends, is some of my personal journey that I've learned and lessons I still face. Hardships too, everybody has them. Just be grateful, that you take each day in the best way you can. And remember these words that I love. It does not matter how you fall down, it's how you get up. Just remember that. It's not how you fall down, it's how you get up. Whether you're pushed over, whether you trip, how are you rising? Rise above it. And with that, stay dark, my darklings.